the United States Open champion, fresh back from Oakmont, J.J. Spaun. Good to see you, J.J. How are you?
Great. Thank you guys very much.
Is that the hardware behind your left shoulder right there?
Yep.
Huh?
That's it. That's glory.
What is it, JJ? What did you call
the glory? All of glory, I guess. Sorry, I don't know.
Yes. No. I mean, it could be like, I mean, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, like the Precious, that's the Precious right there over your.
Yeah, there we go.
That's Precious. It, right? That's Congratulations, man. I was saying on this show, your story is why we watch sports. What is going through your mind when you see, as you say, the glory, the Precious behind you there, and all the hard work that you've put into it, JJ?
Yeah, it just means that what a journey I've been on to get to this point in my career. I never really knew how far this game could take me. You obviously have dreams and aspirations, but to eventually, finish one off and not only just win on the PGA Tour, but to win a major championship, it's beyond my wildest dreams, honestly, and it's still hard to think that this is real life.
And who were you thinking about? Once that putt sank and you just you saw that thing go in 64 feet, and after you're celebrating, who'd you think about, JJ?
I was just so engulfed in emotion. I just wanted to be, next to my family, my girls, my wife. They embraced me with big hugs, and it was just kind of everything you imagined to how everything could have unfolded perfectly with that finish, and to kind of put an exclamation point on it with that 64-foot putt was an amazing experience and something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Let's talk about your kids because, interestingly enough, you win this on Father's Day. And, we all know when you got kids, the most important job isn't what you do for a living. It is being a dad. Mm-hmm. And so walk me through how your day started, JJ, on that Sunday, please.
Yeah. Woke up to what sounded like a ton of gagging and crying from a 2-year-old little girl. Unfortunately, she caught some sort of stomach bug or maybe food poisoning at the daycare that week, and couldn't hold down water, couldn't hold down anything to settle her stomach. So my wife originally got up with her at 3 a.m. and she woke me up, said, "Violet can't keep anything down. She's got puke all up in her pack and play," and we're trying to get extra towels from one room to the other to kind of help her clean herself up. But yeah, I tried to find a CVS that morning around 3:30 a.m. and get her what she needed, and I did the best I could. Pedialyte and saltine crackers are kind of the ingredients for a 2-year-old. You can't really give them any sort of medication, but she had to rough it out. But it was definitely a crazy morning to a pretty crazy Sunday.
Well, you know what, JJ, I've been there. Dads, moms, we've all been there. Although didn't have to wrestle with Oakmont later on in the day as you did. But so you were in an actual pharmacy in your area nearby at 3:30 in the morning of the day of the final round of the U.S. Open. That happened for you?
No, I got out into the there's like a convenience store in the Westin there, and they had stuff and it was closed. But the CVS that was 24 hours, it was literally 3.8 miles away, and I double checked to make sure it was open 24 hours and it wasn't. So unfortunately I didn't go till about 7 a.m. But it was crazy how I had to I went through just my dad instincts kicked in, and I was like, I'll do whatever it takes to get something to this girl right away. But yeah, it was an insane morning.
So did you go back to sleep? Did you get any sleep
at all? I went back to sleep for a couple hours. So then my 5-year-old jumped in bed while the other one was puking her brains out in the other room. The 5-year-old came and slept with me and was kicking me in the back all night long too, all morning. But it's fine. I mean, they're my kids, they're my girls. I'm used to it. And, sometimes, you got to be a dad first before a golfer. And, I ended up making it out all right.
Yeah. Yeah, you did, and that's just going to add to the story, right? Later on, when your kids, obviously, your 5-year-old might one day have a recollection of being there at Oakmont, right? Like some memories. Your 2-year-old clearly won't, but this is part of the, the fact that you were there for them, gathered yourself, and then played one of the toughest courses in the history of the sport on one of the toughest days and setups, right? And got through even a front nine of 40. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.